now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello. Welcome, you guys, to Good Bad Advice Podcast. It's where we give unsolicited advice to people in the news each week. We're your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we skipped last week because I was out of town and you were out of town.
Yep.
And our out of towns Venn diagrammed just butted up against each other. Mm-hmm. There was no overlap.
No overlap.
And so sorry for missing last week, you guys, but we're glad to be back. And we're especially glad this day, which is the bestest of the days, because it's one of the first days that we're celebrating your birth. Your birthday was technically yesterday, so we need a full birthday recap.
Absolutely.
But happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. There is sadness in the air, people dying everywhere, but happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
Ooh, I liked that up at the end.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do a little flip.
Yeah, you surprise them.
Register. It's just like a gotcha.
Yeah, and I have been sick all of this week, so I can do that kind of low
You
hum.
can hit that. Yo, though, I'm on the sea. You've got a little
Did I tell
monster
you?
underneath me.
At work, I do a DJ of the day in the bathroom because I'm in charge of the music in the bathroom. Somebody submitted a playlist of sea shanties. No, wait, you have to walk with me. Somebody created a playlist of sea shanties. So in the bathroom, it's like, yo ho.
But it more like, yo
Yeah.
ho. Also,
And it was
who would have
so
known
spooky.
how deep my voice could go?
Yeah, I was like, never submit a playlist again.
Literally, hey.
It was so scary. Like I
That's
walked
my
into the
birthday
bathroom
song.
and it's like,
I always do that for birthday songs.
it's gorgeous.
Okay, what do you want to update first? Do you want to update
let me do New York
trip, or do you want to do your birthday trip?
Okay,
or do you want to do
New York. Let's do New York first. Okay. I went to New York with a group of girls. So fun, amazing, spectacular. The purpose of the trip was to see Whitney Levitt in Chicago. Honestly, Chicago to me is kind of like a classic Broadway musical, but like you could miss it if I'm being totally honest. Like it has classic songs, it has classic dance routines. Something that I just like didn't love about it overall, the dancing timing was off.
Really?
Like if we're doing one of these, we're all doing it at the same time.
We're not. It's a little messy.
It's a little. Somebody's a little early, somebody's a little off. I think
Which
that's probably
you would have that eye for sure because of drill.
Yes, and I did ask the other dancer in the group. I was like, "Did you think that the timing was off?" And she was like, "Yes." Like, so I did have to check with somebody else because I was a little bit like, "Am I being too critical?"
Sure.
To be fair, they do have a live band on stage, so like. Is the timing the same every single night?
Which is how every Broadway show is.
You know what? Fair. I was trying to give them grace. They don't need it.
No, they don't, and they're professionals. So everyone, and besides, everyone runs with a click in their ear.
Yeah,
So you're not really listening to the musician. You're listening to a click.
And
that's what they hear in the ear, right?
Yeah,
like,
the in-ears.
It's just the beat in the in-ears. Mm-hmm. They're just hearing the click with maybe some cueing.
I wonder too, because of like the Fosse stylistic, they feel like it's appropriate to have like a little bit of timing off. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's a professional show. Nail the timing. Like all of us should be doing this at the same time. If our heads look, it should look sharp and it should look at the same time. Like it.
In fact, the
if
sharpness
I can get
is
teenagers to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
You guys should do it at the same time.
Well, and I feel like the clean sort of execution of that style of dance is what makes it impressive. Yeah. If not, that's like Broadway's the highest echelon you can get. We want to make it on Broadway. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Yeah. It's New York, baby. So to me, that's where you should be seeing. If I see a national touring company, I'm still like, meh.
Yeah.
But I'm not as harsh. Mm-hmm. If you're getting actually on Broadway in Whitney Levitt's show, by the way, because she's drawing so many crowds,
sold out
such
shows.
large crowds, get the timing right. Yeah. Tighten everything up.
Yeah. I thought Whitney did an amazing job, partially when there's like a different person in the cast than who is usually playing it. What I mostly want to feel is like they belong there. Mm-hmm. I don't want to feel like, oh, that's the guest.
Yeah, because sometimes if it is too much like that's the guest, it feels a little bit too much like this was a Make-A-Wish. And like you don't want to be too hard, but you're also like, literally. I paid a full price for this. I didn't get a Make-A-Wish price.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I would say, like, there were some songs, I didn't really think that she sounded bad. There were some songs my friend were like, oh, she was a little flat. I'm like, sorry, I'm not a critic. Like,
I'm sorry, perfect pitch? What?
Her dancing, obviously phenomenal. I thought her acting was great. But her counterpart, Velma, the other main woman, a star.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, I think that hurts her a little bit that this lady is so talented.
Right.
That Whitney just obviously vocally wasn't at the like pipes that this woman was. But all that to say, I think she did an incredible job. I could actually see her. I know her and Mark have an announcement coming up. Like, I could see them producing a show together.
Cool.
Starring in it. And I would absolutely sign up for that. Like, I think she's good enough, especially if she had something fitted to her vocal range and had more dancing in it. Like, I think that it would be a knockout.
Now, she also has announced that she's going to be in like a Hallmark movie or a Netflix or something movie.
Hallmark, and I think it's a holiday romance.
A holiday romance, which will be, like, good for her.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's getting out past where she sort of originated and she's not doing an RSV dance.
There also is something, and I don't know if it's Broadway in general, but also watching her, whenever I go to a Broadway show, I'm like, you did it, babe. Your dreams are coming true. Like,
Right.
you know that the people who are there worked so hard to be there.
Right.
Or they're a Nepo baby. But still, like, that was their dream.
Right.
And so, like, watching her even take her final bow, I, like, got teary. Because I'm just like, wow, you were a theater major and, like, a theater dance major in college. Like, this really was probably your dream. And, like, to see that come to fruition, it kind of made me, like, it makes you go, it's like, I can literally do whatever I want.
No, totally.
Like, I make up my own world. I can literally do whatever I want.
Now, tell us your favorite thing you ate.
Oh,
And how are the bagels?
Tompkins Square bagels. They gave me a French toast bagel with a fig and honey cream cheese that I will literally never forget. I think I only had half of it, and that's, like, my biggest regret of the trip. Like, I should have carried it around with me all day, is how good it was. Sometimes I think that New York restaurants are just, like, a lot bit overrated. Like, I had a filet mignon at a French restaurant that I was like, this is priced like Ruth's Chris, and it ain't.
Right.
Like, it's not as good as a Ruth's Chris filet. Like, if I cut through a filet mignon, butter.
Agreed.
Like, it should be silky, and it was like, like, no, not for me. We did go to Din Tai Fung.
Amaze.
I ordered for the table because I was the only one who had been. So I felt like I was the sultan.
We also had a really, I think it was Brittany or someone had messaged us and asked for the Din Tai Fung order. And so I gave the order and they said it was delicious. I need to check who that was. I want them to report back. I didn't get the feedback.
My only qualms with the New York City one is that they didn't bring our string beans until the very, very end.
Oh, yeah, it was Brittany.
And it ruined the string bean experience for everybody else because they were so full. And I'm like, no, you guys, these are actually one of the very best things they have here. You just don't get it because you're full. Like, I was so sad for them about that.
Right.
But it was honestly so good, so fun. We literally were in and out within 72 hours.
Just a whirlwind.
It was such a quick trip. Came home and got sick almost immediately. So major slay on my part. I was knocked out all week, including like a little bit on my birthday yesterday,
let's
which was
move
fine.
to that, which is sad. That's the. I mean, I'm glad that we're celebrating a little bit today, hence the balloons.
Yeah.
I did bring in donuts. And then I do just want to put myself on blast because I keep looking at it because it's just off camera.
Sitting there.
And here's what happened. I got a little 6-pack from Donut Star. Call us if you want to sponsor. And so I had a cruller, the little like a honey
French
cruller, but it was not glazed as much as I would have wanted, so it just felt kind of bready.
It just felt like you were eating a piece of bread.
Yeah, like a weird croissant without the croissant. So I was like, well, what I really want though is something sweet to like, you know. And so then I just ate the top of a chocolate iced, and I didn't say anything to Stephanie. And so then as as we're pre-gaming the podcast, she just says to me randomly, "Are you 4?
Yeah.
Why did you just eat
because
that?"
like, you know, when you take a little kid to go get donuts and they just like face plant in the donut and just eat the top icing.
That's what I did.
That's what that looks like.
That me.
You should actually take a picture of it so we can put it on the carousel, because it's just like the top
Hang on, let
half
me take a
eaten
picture.
of a donut.
I'm going to take a picture now, so I won't remember.
It's actually so funny, you guys, like, to look over and be like, I'm sorry, did you just eat the top off of that donut?
Donut Star, so that way we can tag Donut Star.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Now are wobbly. It's fine.
Sorry.
No, it's
the
fine.
video
It's
is going to
probably-
be wobbly, and I just realized that my rump just made like a full-on appearance.
It's
so sorry
fine.
about that.
It's fine.
Watch on Spotify
or on YouTube.
or on YouTube. Okay. Tell us about your
birthday.
Things.
Woke up, finally was feeling like not like I had been hit like by a truck.
Okay.
We went to Beaumont Bakery.
Oh, how is that?
So freaking good.
Okay, good. What'd you get? What's the recommend?
I did the eggs Benedict, and they do it on a croissant.
Gorge.
And then something that I've never had before, they like chilled the tomato slices before they were put on. So it was like a cold tomato when you cut into it. It was actually so good. I was like, wait, now I have to do this anytime I do an eggs Benedict. I got a London fog because my voice has just also been hard to deal with. And that was so good. Traven got the steak and eggs. Bailey got the pancakes. It actually was so good. I have absolutely no qualms. And then we got pastries to go. What are you giggling about over there?
Okay, so I saw this on social and I thought, oh, maybe we'll just add this to a thing.
Yeah.
Where there was a Las Vegas restaurant that was trolling all the influencers that were coming to be food influencers. So they were giving them random food as like to watch what they would do,
That's
really
so
as like
funny.
the bit of that. And one of them was, instead of a bread basket, they just had raw tomatoes with a knife and lemon, so you could slice your own tomato and then squirt lemon on it. And this one influencer was like, this was iconic, this is everything. And it was all just because they were being trolled. It was like a bit by the restaurants with
Okay,
a
but
chilled
that does
tomato.
sound good.
No, so what you had said, they did a chilled tomato. I just was like, oh no, where was she?
That's so
was she the
funny.
victim? Influencer calls whole tomato at Las Vegas restaurant iconic, while others are deeply confused. It's very dystopian.
They
'Cause
literally
it's like
handed
about-
you a tomato.
And then here she is. She's talking about, oh my gosh, I got this tomato at this restaurant, blah, blah, blah. It's a perfect match, the Las Vegas food scene. But they didn't realize that it was a
troll.
bit that was being done
Oh,
on them for being a
no.
food influencer. Okay, sorry, go on.
Okay, so Beaumont Bakery, highly recommend. You can sit down or you can come in and like just get a drink and pastries.
Okay.
I actually recommend sitting down. Like the food was so good.
Okay.
Perfect brunch.
Where's it located?
It's all the way up on the East Bench.
Yeah, it's like off of 215 and
Like 33rd.
like 30th. Yeah, okay. I've been there before. Tara-Lee, shout out Tara-Lee if you're listening. Her daughter worked there
yeah.
maybe a couple of years ago, and so we went up there, and their lunch is really good too.
Oh
They
yeah,
had, like,
I
a
think they're
chicken- I think I
only
got, like, a
open
chicken
for
salad.
brunch lunch, and the lunch menu looked like so good.
Yes.
I just was so in the mood for the eggs Benedict,
No,
and
no,
I'm so
totally.
glad I did it. And then Bailey went shopping with her grandma, and so Traven and I like headed home. And since I've been sick, I'm like, oh, I should just take a bath. So Traven drew me a bath. And how do you say that in a way that isn't like he drew me a bath?
And also, how do you say it like you're not in the Gilded Age?
Yeah,
Or
true,
like you're
totally.
Bridgerton.
No,
Charles
Traven drew me a bath.
drew me a bath.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is.
And then because it was my birthday, I was like, sit in here and talk to me. like I was like,
No, there's
They can't be
nothing like
alone on
the
my
power
birthday.
your birthday imbues you with to just get whatever you want.
yeah. And I love to give feedback on my birthday to Traven, and then be like,
Poor
you can't be mad
Traven.
at me. It's my birthday. Just like I get like one sprinkled in where I'm like, hey, by the way, I think you're being dramatic about this thing. And he's like, what? I'm like,
He's like,
it's my birthday.
okay.
And then at night we went to Walter's.
Oh, bomb.
We took Bailey for her
Okay.
first time because my parents are going on a trip, and they're not going to be gone for that long. They'll just be gone. Like their house
No. They're not even. We're not saying
They're
when
actually
they're
not going on a trip.
No, obviously not.
But they'll be they'll miss Bailey's birthday. That's what we'll say. It was a birthday dinner for both Bailey and I. And Bailey was like, I think this is the best meal I've ever had in my life.
It is the best meal, Bailey, and it's the best meal you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah. She goes, I think this was better Italian food than the food I had in Little Italy in New York. I was going to suggest
Vultures on Wednesday, but if you already went there, then we'll go somewhere else.
Wait.
Because there's so many really fun places to go to.
There's so many fun new places downtown, too.
I've got a good spot. I have a really good plan. Okay. Because then I was going to do Vultures, but I thought we could do this. So I was going to actually check with you. Because Steph and I are celebrating her birthday. Do you remember last year when we celebrated your birthday at the restaurant over here?
Celto.
And the waiter was like...
He loved us.
He level 10, obsessed with us. And we were
like... I think if we went back for my birthday,
he's waiting for us.
You're back!
He'd be like, it's your birthday again! Mm-hmm. He'd have like a special Steph menu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he had it marked on his calendar, probably.
No, literally, there's a countdown. It's a full chain. He's really sad.
Sorry to disappoint. We're gonna go somewhere downtown.
Dylan.
Okay. So yeah, Bailey was like, "That was the best meal I've ever had," and then we went with Molly and Kevin, and obviously they're just such a good time to have there anyway. And then that was pretty much my birthday.
Good, but all in all, are you feeling older, wiser? More worn out?
Actually, I'm feeling younger because I thought I was turning a year older than I was.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought I was turning 33.
No.
And I was like,
what?
33, like 333, like blah, blah, blah. And Trey was like, you're turning 32. And I was like,
great. Even I know that. And
I just got a full year back.
Oh, I just realized how much older I am than you. I hate when we do numbers.
I know, sometimes when we do that, I'm like,
I'm knocking on 40's door.
You're like, when I was in 7th grade, I'm like, what year was it? Tell me the year.
You're like, why does that year start with a 1? You were in school during a 1?
Middle school in the 90s?
What do you mean in middle school in the 90s? Yeah, honey, I was born in 86. So I was 13. I was in middle school in the 90s, 1999. Little Waterford middle school boy. My uniform.
Hi. You were in middle school?
Okay, screw you, honey. When were you born?
In the 90s.
Yeah, okay. And
94.
Well, honey, that's not barely the 90s. That's like middle 90s.
If it's before you round
90s.
down.
That's early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that, honey, I'm barely 8 years older than you.
I'm like barely teeny.
I'm barely teeny tiny. What's so weird though is that like I'm just so obsessed with you. So it's
Same.
like, so I've just like, to me, if we're twins.
We're the same age.
We're separated at birth, twins that met each other later on in life.
Yeah,
I just realized it's much later for me.
We were twins in heaven.
We were twins in heaven.
They had to pry us from each other.
And then I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be a twin. And they were like, oh, okay, take her. And then they put Chelsea there. And I was like, no, it was supposed to be Stephanie. Out my mom's vagina. You know, I don't know how it all works, but if we don't know how it works, you can't rule that out. They're like, oh. And then Steph's like, I think he was with me. And they're like, okay, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. You guys will find each other later on in life. And then Steph's like, well, then I want to be late. I want to be younger than him.
I want to be younger so I can rub it in his face all the time.
And I'll be like, I'm going to ask for great skin, though, so no one will ever know that you're so much older than you.
That's true.
That is the thing. Our skins
You do have beautiful skin.
Stop. Thank you.
You really do. Like,
I take good care of it.
I have friends already getting Botox. You haven't done Botox yet, right?
I'll never do Botox.
Really? Never?
Yeah. Well, I don't like needles.
Fair.
I would rather do I could do like a cool sculpting or like I could do like
I've heard that cool sculpting doesn't really work.
Oh, I don't know how any of it works. I think it's all crock anyways.
Like you could
I just
do
the Korean skincare.
You could do chemical peels.
Yeah.
You could do a CO2 laser.
Okay, well, first off, I don't need to do all those things.
No, I know. I'm just saying I'm like,
you're like, listen, a couple of options. Well, you've got Becca's got an opening Thursday at 4:00. She could get you in for the chemical peel.
Well, if you
we'll hit Brianna to do a little tightening on your chin. What are you gonna do about the saggy
eyebrow
nipples?
A little bit.
Yeah. How come your eyelids are a little bit droopy? You notice
you
a
could
little
do an
bit
upper
droopy.
blade.
Yeah, let's try to get your lips a little bit more plump. Okay, and then we got to fix that thing in between your eyebrows.
No, the thing is, if I ever got an upper blech, I would just say it like that all the time. An upper blech.
Do it. Stephanie knows how to make her lips. Hang on, let me take a picture of this also for the close-up. Mm-hmm. Stephanie knows how to do her lips so it looks like It's wild to me. It is wild to me.
Yeah,
Please
it does look like
she can make it look like
I got lip filler.
Yes, that she did a full thing of filler.
And the thing is, like, once you've done it, I'm the type of person that I have to admit I've done it. Like, I would never get Botox and be like, no, I've never gotten Botox. Like, it couldn't be me. So if I got lip filler, I would have to tell people. But then I would have to, like, say that my lips weren't natural, and that
They'd just be like, every time they'd be like, your lips are amazing. And then you'd be honest and be like, it's not natural. Filler. I have to do it again on Thursday. Yeah. It's right after Chase gets his microdermabrasion on his back or whatever you want me to get done. Okay, I have to tell you about my trip. Yes, I had an equally exciting trip up to Idaho for a funeral. Yeah. So my brother-in-law's dad died in church in sacrament meeting, if you can believe. Horrible. Isn't that wild? I know, well, so sad.
It's kind of like being translated.
No, it's kind of dying in the temple. Like you're taken right on up.
He's going direct.
No, he's flying direct. He
said,
nonstop. Hey, just keep me here for the funeral. But so actually really sad. I will say a couple of really beautiful things. One, we went up, we got to see all of Travis's family, who I didn't get to meet because they got married on my mission. So I didn't know most of his siblings. He has 1,000 of them. Well, they didn't believe in birth control when he was being raised in the 90s. Idaho. Yeah, from Idaho. And so, shout out to Amanda as well, sister-in-law who also listens. And I'm also giving a shout out because I went up there for the viewing. Yeah. Amanda's like, how's my favorite podcaster? And I was like, from your lips to God's ears. And then she's like, we love a shout out. So I was like, well, I'll have to make sure I give a shout out. And then
let me spell your name, Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda. But I have Capri, Navy, Luke, and Stetson. Their kids that we're also giving a shout out to.
What cute names.
I know, literally the nicest. And Amanda is just so warm. Like, granted, it's a funeral. Everyone, like, it's a viewing. I get people are like kind of sad, but I was definitely like, I'm a lot, you know, like I was wearing a what I thought was like a kind of a cute nod, like a little Billy Western Porter tuxedo. I was wearing a Billy Porter tuxedo-ish vibe. My mom said, sweetie, it's Idaho. I said, okay, well, I have a bolo. So I put on a bolo tie. It was a Prada bolo tie. So not the same impact, but I'll post a picture because I looked fly.
Yeah, you did look good.
And I surprised them because it was up in Idaho and I was in trial. So I went up there to bring them. I made the programs and I wanted to go see them for the viewing.
I highly recommend surprising people at funerals. They usually then cry out of joy and happiness instead of sadness.
No, Travis. So Chelsea. So my parents were like, hey, we'll tell Chelsea, go grab the programs from the car. So Chelsea went out with my dad and then she was like, wait, where's the programs? And then I said, oh, are you looking for these? And she just like burst into tears and was so sweet. Super well received. Went inside. My brother-in-law, Travis, is not a super emotional person. And when he saw it was me, he stood up and just like collapsed in my arms and was sobbing. Like it meant so much to him, which made me just feel. And then he was so nice too. And I'm going to say this is probably going to make me emotional. So just be warned, viewers. But as a gay guy, you can often feel like asterisked or othered just in normal environments that you wouldn't maybe not because anyone has ill intent, but just because it's a little. So if you're in a small town in Idaho and you have 9 siblings or 10 siblings, I think it's like 11 or something, and they're all like cop, trucks, you know, guns, beards, you know, and they're big Idaho burly guys. And so to have Travis so unabashedly and so warmly hug me and be so demonstrative about how much it meant that I was there in front of his very small town Idaho community was like really, really, really meaningful to me. It just, I would have completely expected and appreciated if he was just like, hey, you know, so good, blah, blah, blah. Like monitoring and just like, hey, bro, you know, blah, blah. But to just be so human and to make it so that I felt, and when his dad passed away last week, I went over and grabbed Chelsea's kids, and then I had them for the day so they could go up to Idaho, and they slept over at our house, and we did dinner and everything, and those are kids that I just genuinely love, and I think that there was multiple people who had said, like, because I was driving up, you know, hours and hours one way and then all the way back the same day. There were a bunch of people who were like, hey, you're in trial next week. Like, you're in trial the next day. Like, don't go. Like, no one will fault you for not going. And I was like, yeah, I think no one will fault you for not showing up to things. But boy, if you do show up for things, it means so much to them. I bear my testimony of the importance it is to show up for people in those life events, to show up at the, like, I'll never forget when my early on in our friendship, when I had a grandparent die and you brought over a box of happiness, all yellow stuff, just like showing up that day. I think we undersell how important it is to show up for people who matter to you at things that matter to them.
Yeah.
And that is something that I want to be the person that shows up. You know what I mean? And that's what last week was. It was really great to go up and to, although I will say this, small towns are just not for me.
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't even like visiting. No. I'm not like, oh, this is like sometimes like, oh, not for me at all. Yeah. And I got there early because
where's the Target, y'all?
Not even a Target. They had an Ulta. I just wandered. Yeah. I was like, I just did something with fluorescent lights that seems like home. So I, because I got there a little bit early. Yeah. Well, a lot early because I didn't want it to be, you know, I drive up 4 hours and then drive 4 hours right back. Yeah. That's too long. So it's like, oh, I'll just hit like a gym. I'll just pay for a day pass, go sit in the sauna, whatever else. So I call, hey, do you guys have a place for me to shower and change? Yep. Do you have like a sauna? Okay, great. And you have normal workout stuff? Okay, great. So I go do workout, go to sit in the sauna like I do. The sauna was, you know how you can do at-home saunas? Uh-huh. This was a mini one of those. So it couldn't fit really more than 1 or 2 people in there. And unfortunately, I was one. And then someone else came in. And there wasn't a way to open the door to let him in. And then for me to scoot in to get out. Yeah. So we had this very like uncomfortable, like, are you, oh, good. So then I go to leave, but I'm just like in a sauna. And so I'm like, hey, are there towels for the shower? And so I go to the front, just soaking, drenched in sweat. I'm like, hey, do you guys have a towel? And they're like, do you need a towel? And it's like, yeah, for the showers. And they're like, okay, you can borrow one of these. And then they put like a lost and found towel. And so I borrowed someone else's towel to take a shower. It was just from sun up to sundown. So
this is odd.
Not for me. Yeah. But showing up for my family, I'm down. Yeah. I'm down Chinatown. And I was saying before when we were pre-gaming, which I think is the podcast pre-game, is that should be, oh my gosh, that's what we'll have it be. Our Patreon will just be a podcast pre-game that we record and it's just unfiltered and we just do the 20 minutes before we think. You want to hang with us, see what 20 minutes of us being real, unfiltered is. That is a high paywall. Sorry, Kev. But I was saying to you that when I was on the drive, I just decided to start listening to Dungeon Caller Carl again. And dang, that is such a good book.
It's so good.
The series is so good. Then we start talking about comfort shows and comfort movies and comfort books. And this is just, I think this is going to be my comfort book. I really want to get the hard copy books so I can like actually read it, have it with me always instead of just in my ear. But I do love the audio book is incredible. So good. So, okay. And I have quite a few 3GBs. So I'm going to cruise through some of these highlights and where you can watch them.
Go through.
Song Song Blue, the movie that Kate Hudson is nominated for a Oscar on, that is streaming for free on Hulu, or I think it's Hulu. It's good. Sometimes these biopics,
it's devastating.
Yeah, I mean, it's good acting, but it's a Neil Diamond tribute band, and she's involved in a accident and is an amputee. They did not sell that.
No,
and
that
so
was not the trailer.
She's like she's navigating the loss of her dream and her leg, and just it's really, to me, I could see why she'd get nominated for it. I don't think she'll win. I think Jess Buckley has a lock on it, which is she's won that for Hamnet. I did not watch it, but I did just see Hamnet is now streaming for free on Peacock. So if you're someone who like wants, it's very sad.
In the mood for sadness.
Yeah, I think that's a Hamnet where I just will watch it while at work, like I did Song Song Blue.
Yeah.
I would say 3 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I'm going to give all these out of 5 stars.
Okay, perfect.
Culinary Cup, Padma Lakshmi's new show on Paramount Plus. Kind of like to rival Top Chef and Tournament of Champions as a sort of like hybrid. It's got Wiley Dufresne as one of the judges, who I think is like a genius of modern gastronomy. And I really, really love Padma. I mean, I like a host like Kristen on Top Chef, who has like a real palate, who has a real point of view, who has the knowledge. She's really, really, really good. Buddha from Top Chef previously is on there. You'd recognize a couple of the other chefs. I'm going to say 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. It is the first culinary competition show where the prize is $1 million.
Whoa, okay.
So I think the stakes are both medium rare and high. UK versus the world drag race. Stephen and I binged. We're almost we're fully caught up. I think there's a couple more episodes left in the season. 4 out of 5. Yeah. These queens they know how to put on a show, and you can watch that. You have to watch that on Roll of Wonder, or you can buy the episode. Ted season 2 is on on Peacock. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Did you not watch Ted season 1? Oh, Steph.
I haven't seen anything Ted related.
Oh my God, Steph. First off, start with the movies.
Okay.
Then the series is so good. Seth MacFarlane is a genius. It's so inappropriate. You cannot watch it with children. And yet I only want to watch it with my kids. I feel like Charlotte and Oliver would laugh so hard. I can't wait till they're 18 and we can watch it together, and I won't worry about getting in trouble. It's hilarious. They did a little Dungeons and Dragons spin-off spoof in the episode that we watched last night. Stephen and I we're pacing ourselves 1 episode a day because we're like, we can't binge it. We'll be so sad that it's gone. So that's streaming for free on Peacock. The Greatest Average American is Nate Bargatze's new show that he's the host of, and that's on Hulu. And it's basically we asked 100 average Americans to do, but it's a little it's hybrid of a couple different.
Than a 5th grader?
It's a little bit like that, except it's also very Nate focused. So it's like, how many free throws do you think Nate Bargatze can make in a minute? And so then he comes out in a tracksuit, and they all have to bet how many they think that. So it's kind of like a minute to win it ish, and then trivia. It's charming. 3 out of 4. Okay. Ted season 2 is 5 out of 5. Okay, I mean that's a 5-star. Average American 3. Marshalls. This is the Taylor Sheridan's spin-off from Yellowstone, where one of the Dutton boys joins the Marshalls, and it's in Montana and it looks like elsewhere. Only 2 episodes in, 4 out of 5 stars. It probably would get a 5 out of 5 stars if I'd watched all of Yellowstone to appreciate the character. And there is a Venn diagram quite overlapping, I understand, of some of the characters while introducing new ones. Streaming for free on Paramount Plus. Okay. Excellent. So that's 4. Survivor 50. We've watched both episodes. It's so good. I think it's not as good as Winners at War season 40, but it's going to be the next best thing for me, because these are people that have come back who know how to make TV, who know the sort of drama that we're looking for while also keeping the integrity of the game. So I really, really liked it. I think Survivor's 4 out of 5 stars for me. Okay. FBI, the new series on Paramount Plus as well. Okay. It's got the guy who played... You are living
on Paramount Plus right now.
Yeah, this episode sponsored by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus for $9.99. Just kidding. I don't even know what I pay. It's wrapped into my phone plan. Yeah. But it's the guy who played Lucifer, the actor.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He stars in this. I don't think it's gonna make anybody super excited to turn it on. To me, it's a 2 out of 5. Okay. House of Villains season 3. We did binge this yesterday.
I've heard that there's a good cast.
It's such a good cast. I mean, obviously Tiffany Pollard, or New York. Yeah. Someone calls her Tiffany. She goes, "Don't you use my government name." I just think I want to don't use my government name in more. Plain Jane from RuPaul, Drita from Mob Wives, Polly and Ashley from The Challenge and Big Brother. Tyson
from Love Island.
The Johnny from Love Island's on it. Tyson from Survivor's on it. Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset is on it. I'm trying to think of who else. But these Tom Sandoval's on it, yes. These are people who know, like, they want to make a TV show. They know what it takes to make a TV show. They're so open about wanting airtime, about doing stuff because they want airtime. What outfit will I wear? Okay, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of camera time, so I'm not going to wear that good outfit. And then what does the camera do? Put them on in like a little window the entire time. Yeah. The editors on the show,
so good.
So funny. In fact, when Tom Sandoval's pulling up to the house, he's practicing his line. What is it? It's come to this, House of Villains. It's come to this, House of Villains. House of Villains, it's come to this. It's come to this. Then it opens the door, steps out, buttons his thing, looks up. It's come to this, House of Villains. But we just watched him practicing, rehearsing in the car over and over again. And then Joel McHale is so funny because he just keeps making, like, does the Traitors do that? Does Alan Cummings do that? Like, he has such beef with Traitors. It's really, really, really good TV. Also just Drita from Mob Wives. If I had a nickel for every time she pops off on someone, it's Bad Girls Club, but on, and you can watch that. The first 4 episodes are streaming on Peacock. And then finally, I watched the first 2 episodes of the new Ladies of London spinoff on Bravo. Meh. Now, I never watched the first 3 seasons from like 12 years, 15 years ago of Ladies of London. Obviously, that's where we get Caroline Stanbury is from Ladies of London. And so that's kind of the claim to fame. But man, interesting that they have a title called Ladies of London. And for the first time in a lead role, they've cast a gay guy.
Interesting.
And so, but I think it's going to be good TV. Kind of nuts. They had someone quit like 2 episodes in, one of the cast members completely quit.
Whoa.
And it shows that, like, she goes in and is talking to production because she got caught lying about her best friend.
Whoa.
And she's like, I mean, I'm not going to admit to that. And they're like, but it's on camera. She's talking to production. Like, they broke the fourth wall. For that reason alone, watch the first 2 episodes. I don't know if the rest are going to be interesting, but that's what that's all I watched. So I was really kind of a light week for me.
Okay. I was sick, so I got to watch a lot of content.
Yes.
Bridgerton season 4.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet.
It was good for Bridgerton. Like, to me, it wasn't the best season. It wasn't the worst season.
The best season is always going to be the first season to me. There's no more chemistry between the leads better than the first season of Bridgerton.
And I do think now, having like seen Jonathan Bailey and so much more, I would think the second season is the second best. I think this season is better than last season, but like, I don't know. It's good. It's Bridgerton.
There. You're
there.
Not,
like,
you're not racing to the TV to turn it on like I am on some of the shows I've watched, or like Dungeon Crawler Carl, where I'm like, I need to listen to it.
Yeah, I have to see the next episode.
Okay, good to know.
Obviously, also the best season of Bridgerton is Queen Charlotte, the spinoff.
Without question.
By far and above.
Them underneath the bed. You want me to cry. Also in House of Villains, one of the challenges they have to do is they have to cry past a line. And so they're all being tried to think. Yeah. You want me to get a tear across the line?
Yeah.
Holding hands underneath the bed with the king.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch it again. If you haven't watched
Queen Charlotte, you need to turn it on stat. I didn't watch it for so long, and I was so wrong for that.
And even if you're like, oh, Bridgerton's not for me, fine. Watch Queen Charlotte. That is without question one of it.
I love complex love
stories.
Dare
I say that is the best original thing Netflix has produced, period. That includes, to me, it's better than Stranger Things. It was better than,
it was so good.
I need to think about all of Netflix's content, but man. I also watched David, the animated movie from Angel Studios. Great music. Steven really, really liked the music.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know the full story. Obviously, I knew the David and Goliath thing, but the rest of the story, it was interesting. That's like a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. I think as people are going into Easter season, that would be a good thing as you're maybe leaning more into wholesome content. That's a really good one. And you can get that on Amazon Prime. On Amazon Prime and on Apple. Okay. Bridgerton.
Okay, 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm keeping up with Summer House and Southern Charm.
Same.
Both are so good this season.
Peak seasons for both. The jiving of the casts are, it's
So
really,
good.
really good.
The thing that I will say about Summer House is like I am missing Paige because the commentary that Paige would have on all of this, there is a gaping hole.
Agreed.
I do very much miss Paige. That's the only reason why I wouldn't give this season a 5 out of 5. But Sierra holding her own.
Agreed.
I love her so much this season.
I
Southern
really like the
Charm,
new girls.
Yes,
the
I do
new
too.
girl in particular,
prank
the
that
blonde,
they played,
with being
where
the
they
plants.
scared everybody coming in.
But
I was
typically,
like,
I think being the new person in a very established cast is a very tall
Yeah.
order. And these girls and the new guys are delivering. The
Yeah,
new
I
fresh
agree.
face, I think it's the best new cast into a show like
I
Summer
agree.
Charm I've seen
They
in a
really
long time.
nailed it.
Agreed.
Southern Charm is so good. I think this is like it was the perfect time for Paige to leave
Yes.
and Bravo to go.
Now we
Craig
can
is
take
the
Craig.
worst.
Yep.
Because he really is the worst.
No, without
Like watching
question.
this season, and I know I've thought this other seasons, but he always just kind of has this like redemption arc.
Yep.
But like watching this season, I'm like,
Undeservedly
wow,
so. And that's
he
in
is
part because of
truly
Paige.
so awful.
No, I think the editing, someone posted this, so it's not my original thought, but someone had said the producers knew how much we loved Paige, so they were insulating Craig,
yeah.
so that we weren't faulting Paige for being with such a monster. But now that Paige is gone, they're like, we're not going to protect Craig anymore, and we're just seeing him
bad.
grossly yell at women on the bus, get super inebriated, and burn his friendships,
Yeah.
burn his... It's sad. Clearly, he's not doing well.
And to be
But
fair,
go
like,
to
I don't
rehab
think
then.
Austin is like totally innocent in all of it.
No, of course not.
Like he did shout at the table that he hates him.
Yeah.
But like, Traven is watching behind my shoulder and he's like, "Why are they all mad at Craig?" I'm like, "Oh, because last night, Craig screamed at a woman on the bus."
Right.
For
no
no
reason.
reason.
Like everybody was kind of like, yeah, you can be mad at Vanita and maybe like that expression is
Yeah.
not ideal, but I get where it's coming from. For him to be so mad at Sally for no reason is wild.
Well, I know that he was mad at Sally because he feels like Sally is probably ruining his chances of being with Charlie. Maybe fine, I could see that. It still did not prompt him screaming
No.
at Sally. And the fact that you're so inebriated that you can't see that the girl that you like is sitting behind her being like alarmed, like that to me, I'm like, you're too far gone.
Yep, agreed.
We cannot save you. So those are so good. I did almost finished with Sandman season 2. Sandman is just such a well done show. I know I've talked about it before.
Beautiful show too.
It's so well done. It's so interesting. Not for kids, but if you want something that's gonna like, I feel like Sandman, I want to sit and watch it. I don't want to be on my phone. Like at the very least, or at the very most, I'm needle pointing. Like
Right.
I am clocked in because there's so much like thought-provoking things in the show. Like if you want a show that's going to make you be like, that's an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you went there. You should watch Sandman. And then I read Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. It's not my favorite of his books. I loved The Anthropocene Reviewed, which is like a series of essays about humans.
Okay.
Everything is Tuberculosis is pretty much about how tuberculosis is like one of the number one killers in the world and it's totally curable. It's just that where there is tuberculosis, we don't have funds, healthcare, or access to medicine to heal people from it. Like there's tests that can help them. There's drug regimens that can help them, and they're just not getting the care that they need. And so people are still dying from tuberculosis when they don't need to.
Right.
And so it's not like a feel-good book. You're going to read it and feel like frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much talks about like Johnson & Johnson, who are charging like, 4x what the drug costs because they can. Like it's a lot of that conversation in a book. It will make you feel empowered while also making you feel like, what can I do about it? It was a great book. John Green does the audiobook, and I think his narration is beautiful, and he usually like remains the same tone in his usual stuff. And so it's interesting. He has his storytelling, it reads like he's kind of the docuseries walking you through it. So it's an interesting book. It's not a lighthearted book.
Sure. But an important read, it sounds like.
Yeah, I like my friend Caroline, she commented on my Goodreads. I don't think I commented back, so listen here. Should I finish this? And I think that you should. I think it's a read that people should read, because I think there's a lot of things like that in the world where it's like, hey, we can actually solve this problem if enough people cared about it. And that's something that I view as like John Green is powerful in that he's like, yeah, I really care about tuberculosis, so I'm going to make everybody else really care about tuberculosis.
Right.
Because I'm going to write an interesting prose. I'm going to write about characters that you get attached to. And it's nonfiction, but I'm going to, talk about people that you will care about too. And then you're going to care about tuberculosis.
Got it.
And you're going to think about it as much as I do. Okay, fair. And then I finally watched Heated Rivalry.
And you guys, I just want to play. Stephanie sent me a voice note, and I've got it queued up.
Does it spoil anything?
This is why I was waiting for you to kind of finish the thing about tuberculosis.
It might spoil something.
But this is why, but everyone's seen it. Everyone's seen this.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, plug your ears for 10 seconds.
Also, but this is just the voice note I got from Stephanie Friday at 2:13.
He brought around on the ice. He brought around on the ice. I can't stop crying. Wait. The show is so good.
You guys.
And so when I got that, I then played it for Steven. I was like, listen to what Stephanie had to say about Heated Rivalry. And he was like, the show is so good.
Yeah,
that's
it is
the thing.
so good. No, okay, here's the show. And I actually, I was talking to Traven about it after. I'm like, I'm actually upset that this show has been branded as like a slutty hockey show.
Yeah, smut.
Because, and this is like also my kind of qualms with people being like, oh, smut is just like filth, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And certainly there is some within the genre that is that. This show is such beautiful storytelling of like a gay love story. And if you aren't watching it because you think that it's smutty, I think you're a homophobe, because all of you are still watching Bridgerton.
Yep.
And there's a lot of sexual content in that. But because it's like what we feel comfortable with, you guys are still watching it. And I have that lens so specifically because I watched Bridgerton one day and then I watched Heated Rivalry the next day. These shows are equally explicit.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say Heated Rivalry is less explicit.
Yeah.
I think that
well, the only nudity in Heated Rivalry, for example, is butt.
Exactly. You see way more of women in, you see way more explicitness in Bridgerton than you do. Now, do you feel like it's more explicit because it's something that you're not regularly viewing?
Of course.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But it's not as explicit as other shows that many women are watching.
Yeah, or that, and when I look at other things, so you're okay watching gory disembowelment, beheading, super violent, aggressive, DV, drug use, but gay sex is where we draw the moral line. You're okay with fanciful, burning people alive, having people Game of Thrones, you would be a champion for, but oh God, not Heated Rivalry because we're not perverts.
Yeah.
You would be okay with any of the Narcos or the, different shows on Netflix or HBO or whatever. And you're going to take a moral superiority lens, a pious lens of oh, this is such an abrogate. It's not.
Uh-huh. And something that you've, I think, talked to me about early on with Heated Rivalry, perchance, I don't know if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in gay culture, there is a strong hookup culture, especially in the beginning. And a lot of times, emotional relationships kind of form from there. Where it's like, and that's kind of the arc of the show, right? Like that is in the beginning, it's kind of more of like they're just hooking up.
Yes.
It's like, you know, tension with a rival, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of evolves into their actual relationship. And part of that is kind of masking hooking up with each other to mask your actual feelings for each other. Is like, you're like, oh, it's just a hookup.
Right.
But you actually have feelings for each other. It's just like,
if you never believe that it can that it can go beyond something like that, because we live in a culture that would say those feelings don't have
by just hooking up
growth potential, then you just limit the growth potential by just make it something shallow like a hookup.
Yeah.
Because we don't say, hold on, don't reduce yourself to just hookups, because you are entitled to the same happy ending love story that all of humanity is. Who you are interested in doesn't change that. We don't do that. And then we want to demonize people for being in hookup culture, but we're not making them feel like they have the same rights or the same opportunities or the same beautiful love story.
I also like something that I found really powerful too, and like, yes, this is making it about me. All of the women in the show were so well written. They were so emotionally mature. They did not make it about themselves.
They weren't interested in gay best friends. They weren't looking at keeping, and like they didn't make any of them pets.
No, they didn't
have
make
them
it
be
about
side
them.
pieces.
They treated them like they were friends and humans going through a very complex issue. Like, not even an issue, like a complex experience, and treated them with like such grace and emotional intelligence that I'm like, I mean, you know, so it doesn't pass the Bechdel test, whatever. Like, those women were written, like, even the fact that the mom is the manager, I'm like, every mother I know is the manager of their children's life.
Yes.
That is a well-written woman. She is like, I'm going to talk to Rolex. I'm going to talk to this. Like,
yep.
If I was a famous person, my mom would be my manager because she can manage all of the things. If we need to have a tough conversation, they can speak to my dad.
Yeah.
Who's going to handle it. But like, my mom is handling the business.
Well, and you wrote me something, and in you writing me, it sort of gave birth to this conversation where you'd said, oh man, I'm having such anxiety that they're going to get caught.
Yeah.
And I said, welcome to being a gay guy.
Yes.
Because that anxiety is so real. And I think heteronormative relationships don't have to experience that, because you're not worried about getting caught with anything. But for gays who have any sort of, you know, for whatever reason, if it's religious, if it's conservative, if it's a lack of understanding, if it, whatever, we don't feel completely comfortable to just be ourselves, which is why it gives the hiding, which is why it creates the anxiety, which is why it makes it even more dark.
That just made me sad too, that like, and that this is not your fault. Like, when you said that, oh my gosh, I'm going to get emotional. Like, it's not even the getting caught. Like, someone's going to find out I'm gay. It's like, I just can't even be as comfortable with my person in the store.
Oh yeah.
Because like that getting caught feeling, that like, am I going to have somebody viewing this and be uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Or say something, heaven forbid.
Yeah. Does my existence make someone uncomfortable?
And like, that is a feeling that doesn't go away. Like,
no.
I don't think when I hug Traven in the store, or when I like lean in to kiss him, or if I grab his hand or like hit his butt, like if somebody's going to be like, oh, that's weird. Like, they might be like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with that level of PDA in public. But like, nobody's going to look at us and think that it's foreign. Nobody's going to look at us and think like, this is weird.
Well, and like the real tragic reality is, or they're going to look at it and think we need to punish them or hurt them because of that. And that's like where like hate crimes originate, where it's like, oh, we're just not risking it. I mean, Stephen and I, we have that everywhere we go. We're measured, but we had that no more so in like absolute apparent to us when we were in Turkey.
Yeah.
Because we'd had the president-elect the day before we'd landed had given a speech about eradicating the I think it was like the scourge of homosexuality. Yeah. And or the plague of homosexuality. And so Stephen was there performing, and so the management team and the tourist team that we were with all were like, we're not going to photograph you guys together. And so we don't have a single picture of us together in Turkey because we didn't want to risk taking a picture together that would look homosexual. Like we just didn't do that. And that's like, that not to like make it heavy because like, well, we're laughing,
No.
ha ha,
Like,
hee hee,
it
ha
should
ha,
be.
funny. But it is like one of those things where it's like, oh man, the show does a very good job at making a portion of the human experience for people who are gay palatable, but also uncomfortable enough to like point out that it's uncomfortable, but it's not
like, hey,
so
you
accurate.
feel this because that's what they feel.
Right.
And also it doesn't treat them as like, the best thing that I could relate it to somebody who hasn't watched a lot of gay love stories is like, think of how you felt when you were watching Schitt's Creek and David and Patrick were falling in love and they didn't treat it like a spectacle or a side quest.
There was
or
the
like
normalization of that expression.
it was like, hey, these are two gay people falling in love.
Right.
And nobody around us were acting like that was crazy.
Right.
I genuinely, if you don't want to watch it because of the explicit content, I can understand that. I can also tell you that you can fast forward through those scenes.
Yeah, totally.
And if you kind of in yourself feel a hesitation to watch it because you're like, oh, but if you are also watching Bridgerton, I urge you to watch Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
Because it's another love story and it's very beautiful and it's very well done. And I like genuinely feel frustrated that it's been like branded as like a smutty, like erotic show.
Yeah.
There are certainly scenes, and I will say even like you mentioned, it kind of arcs in the progression of, you know, in that hookup culture. It's more explicit in the beginning and kind of fades as you progress through the show. There's definitely still explicit scenes, but also all of them, I would say you could skip them and you wouldn't be missing anything. Like there's no plot points within the explicit scenes that you couldn't skip over them.
Oh, agreed. And if you don't watch explicit things, I'm not judging.
Exactly.
I hope that it's uniform.
Exactly.
I hope that you're like, I don't watch anything explicit instead of singling out certain types of explicit
That's what
nature.
I'm saying.
I don't love that.
If you watch Bridgerton,
But if
watch
you
the show.
skip through explicit things, great. There's nothing in the explicit things that you need to see. For example, however, by comparison, season 1 of Bridgerton, during the explicit scenes, there actually is
something that you need to watch. There's a plot point.
They have plot points in there. They didn't do that at all in Heated Rivalry. So, well, good. I'm glad that you finally watched it because I've loved it so much. I would
rewatch
it 3
it right
times. Now. Yeah, it's really, really, really well done.
I think too, like there is just so many nuances in the show too that like you could rewatch it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Now this episode could just be called Idiots in the News because our stories are idiots in the news.
Perfect.
Okay. The first idiot we have to talk about is Timothée Chalamet. Talk about fumbling the mother tuck in football.
I can't believe this story.
I need to set up the stage to say, now we understand that Timothée Chalamet is an Oscar-nominated actor for Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
And he won the Golden Globe for it. He has gone back and forth with Leonardo DiCaprio and Michael B. Jordan in a sort of 3-way tug of war with the BAFTAs, the Emmys, the Goldens, and who will end up winning the Oscar? I don't know.
When
but
is the
certainly
Oscars tonight?
I don't know. Is it? It could be.
I don't think so.
But I think it's next week. But it's definitely not going to be Timothée Chalamet.
Nope.
Because the voting academy, the only time there was members of the voting academy for the Oscars that were also in any of the other awards or the BAFTAs, and that went to Michael B. Jordan. Mm-hmm. So the likelihood of it being Michael B. Jordan, if it's just kind of following suit with who the voting, it will likely him, but it definitely won't be Timothée Chalamet.
Not now.
Timothée Chalamet was doing an interview, and it was in a conversation with the Interstellar co-star Matthew McConaughey for Variety. He says this, it doesn't take, and he was talking that there was, said that among younger fans, citing Netflix's Frankenstein, adding, it does take you, oops, it's weird, sorry, my computer or my laptop, or iPad, just reset right when I need the article. Okay. It just like pulled out, then it closed out my thing. Anyway, long story long. Oh man, I don't want to misquote him.
No, you're fine.
But effectively, what he ended up talking. Okay, here we go. He said it does take you having to have a wave, to wave a flag, like, hey, this is a serious movie or something. And some people do want to be entertained and quickly. I'm really right in the middle. He continued, I admire people, I've done it for myself, who go on a talk show and say, hey, we've got to keep the movie theaters alive. We've got to keep this genre alive. And another part of me feels like if people want to see it, like Barbie or like Oppenheimer, they're going to go out and see it. They're going to go out of their way to be loud and proud about it. Then he said, I don't want to keep working in ballet or opera where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. He said with a laugh, all respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. I'm taking shots for no reason. So, one, to say that nobody cares about ballet or the opera is when you're a man in the arts yourself. Like,
that's
could I see like businessman Charles being like, look, the metrics aren't there. No one's into,
no one's
going to go to the
anymore.
opera, go to the thing. Like,
They're not
I get
paying
that.
the bills.
Or if you're like a softball coach for a little league and you're
Yes,
like,
like-
opera, opera's for losers. Oh, don't get me started on the ballet, bunch of fruits and tights. You know, like that's fine. But when you're a weasel of a man who played Willy Wonka,
Yeah, please.
and you're like, you know
That's
what's
one
just
degree
beneath
away
me?
from the ballet.
No, literally,
okay?
that's an opera if I've ever seen one. Oompa Loompa, please. Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
So, one, that's so true. It's like the calls coming from inside the house.
Uh-huh.
And then, but what has been nice is the ballet companies and opera companies from across the world have responded.
Yeah.
And
The
my favorite
ballerinas?
are the ballerinas who are saying, you mean no one cares about you're trying to keep this alive? And then it's just like a montage of them being like, because ballet men, the most insane bodies,
the most
athletic you are
physique.
lifting women, jumping, incredible athleticism.
Making it look easy, mind you.
And it's just wild to me that we've got.
Here's the thing, too. A male ballerina could do a layup.
Yeah,
LeBron
Timothy Chalamet
James
can't.
cannot do a grand jeté. Like, you cannot convince me. You cannot interchange. There is a different level of athleticism. Here's what I will say. What I don't love about the dialogue is people being like, looping the Kardashians into this.
Oh, because of
It's
Kylie.
like, oh, you're dating a Kardashian. It's like,
It's like they've I don't know if they've ever crapped on any industry because
No.
they're in the business of crap industries.
like
Like they're the lowest
also,
form. They're
like-
sex tape and reality shows. They're not taking shots.
no, they're not. I don't think the Kardashians are dumb.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what, like, to me, I'm like, and are we surprised that a 30-year-old male who has gotten kind of a little bit above his britches
Totally.
in his own ego has a bad take? No, I'm not surprised at all.
And what, you want to blame that on a woman?
Yeah.
No, we're
that's
good.
what bothers
Let the
me.
man
I've
be
seen
responsible
so
for the
many
man.
jokes about people being like, oh, that's what happens when you date a Kardashian. And I'm like, no, I just think he has bad takes by himself.
Amen. Like, it's just wild to me. My advice to Timothy Chalamet is one, he should absolutely apologize by making a giant effing donation to a ballet house and an opera house. In like, maybe you donate $500,000 across
To the New
the
York City
United
Ballet,
States.
like-
No, across the United
Yeah,
States,
to
like
ballet
small
schools.
towns. And you sponsor little boys and girls who want to go to a ballet company. That's the way you fix this, is you put your money where your mouth is and you don't let yourself just be ski.
Actually, what did bother me too is he is this guy in the last few years who's been like, I'm in the pursuit of greatness. I want to be one of the greats, blah, blah, blah. Do you know where many of the greats go to get their EGOT?
Broadway, honey.
Live plays,
production, music,
live productions,
musical theater, like, and it has a little teeny tinge of some homophobia in there, of a little bit like ballet, and it's like, buddy, I could fart in your direction and
Yeah.
blow you over.
Yeah.
You're like a twerp of a man.
Yeah.
Talking about things that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about you. And if you really thought that this was like a press tour to get your Oscar, watch that Oscar leap away like the ballet.
No, I really don't think he's gonna like.
Oh, there's
I
no
haven't
way
seen
he's
Marty
getting an Oscar
Supreme,
now.
But here's the thing: the people who vote for Oscars have a respect for the arts.
Of course, like that's
in the time of like, and I'm not even like an AI fearmonger, but like a lot of AI is replacing art and editing and writing, and what it cannot replace is live performances.
Yeah.
And so like it just, to me, it was irresponsible to say, as somebody who will very likely be in a live performance at some point in his life because he wants to be one of the greats.
Right.
And what they often do is transition to live performances so that they can say, oh, acting on a stage is so much different.
And
blah,
you
blah,
know,
blah.
the people that I would never imagine like Denzel Washington crapping on the ballet. Like,
no.
I just don't think that someone like George Clooney, he's not taking shots at the opera.
Also stupid about the point he's making with the full context of the quote. He's trying to say like, oh, people just want something like fast to digest.
And so we need to, what he's really saying is the actors are trying to help save the movie theaters.
Yes.
But actors shouldn't also be asked to save industries as though they're so effing powerful that he's going to do a movie about being a ballet bitch. And then what? Suddenly everyone's going to care about ballet again?
Yes, but he's also like saying that like, oh, we're just putting out these like fast movies, but I want to make these like great movies that make you think. The ballet and the opera require you to read between the lines.
Yes.
Like it requires you to say, what are they saying here?
Yes.
What
and it's
is
so
being
much more
emoted?
nuanced. Yes.
It's nuanced.
Yes.
It is, and that's why a lot of people don't consume it because they want to go to the Barbie movie and love the Barbie movie.
No, literally
They
loved.
want it to be explained to them. You don't have audiences. That's why everybody watched Inception. They're like, I don't get it. It's like,
Totally.
what? Okay, maybe read between the lines. Like, understand that it's layered and nuanced, and you're supposed to feel confused.
Yeah, and I just think the concept that, like, one, that you think you wield so much power is lame, but also to be like, this is what the people want. It seems like, again, it's just a level of elitist that is really unpalatable. Speaking of elitist, we have other men in the media that were just idiots this week. Do you happen to know who Chris Kaminsky is?
No.
You do when I tell you what he's the president of, CEO of McDonald's. Because this a-hole decides, I'm going to take a video of myself, post it on socials of me eating the new burger. And this man does not look like he has, one, met a burger in his life. No. Two, certainly never been through a drive-thru.
No.
And so he is on, and it's the Big Arch, the new burger that he's trying. And he's describing it like I'm going to...
Like he's an alien from space.
So he's like this. So like I have a Dutch Bros here. This is a iced oat milk chai. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how he would handle it. Wow. So this is our, this is the iced oat milk chai. And gosh, it's delicious. It just really, you are, and it's so full, like it's so cringe.
I wish you were being dramatic.
No, I wish that it wasn't as
literally is that. It's like, you own a burger fast food place. Take a bite of the burger.
Agreed.
Like, yum. It's not that complicated.
No, and it was multiple takes. Like this was not a one and done. This was someone set it up for him, walked him through it, and he just didn't either appreciate the value of social media.
I know it was his idea.
Yeah,
I
don't know. It's
idea.
either his idea or it was someone else's. And he's like, I'll do it. He's like, okay. What it has given space too are all of the reaction videos from the other fast food and or fast casual dining establishments, a la Arby's, Wendy's. I sent you the Wendy's one because I think it was just like epic. Like spicy chicken. I've seen so many, KFC, whatever else. All the other CEOs have taken this. But why I think it's just like another idiot is I'm actually done with people acting like stuff is beneath them. If you think it's beneath you, then don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're doing it, then it's not beneath you because you're literally doing it.
No, like if you own McDonald's, the whole corporation, not a franchise, the whole corporation, then I think that you should look like a glutton. Like,
Agreed.
I think that you should eat your burgers. If you're not comfortable eating them, why should I? If you look that awkward eating your burger, I don't want to eat your burger.
Yeah.
All I want is your French fries and your McFlurry and your super crispy Coke. I don't want anything else from you. Because why do you look like that when you're eating it? That's so weird.
Yep, agreed. Now, Forbes has taken this issue up, and they have a plan for how to fix the McDonald's fumble. Because one, until I read Big Arch, did not realize that that's what we were discussing.
Yeah.
Two, I don't eat fast food. I'm above everyone else. But when I did, I don't know if this would make me feel drawn to McDonald's.
No.
I think it actually would make me feel drawn to all the other places.
Yeah.
So he says, one, the company said the CEO is getting a lot of attention now, but I do not think a follow-up video showing him scarfing down the Big Arch burger is the right look. I don't think he should comment on the controversy at all, but I do think a press release or a statement from someone else, like a local manager at McDonald's, would make sense. It's a delicate issue. Announcing to the world that your CEO doesn't like the burgers that much is also not the right approach, and hoping we forget about the videos won't work. But it is okay to address the video more fully. It's important to explain that Big Arch is not really just a product, but a fantastic new burger. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity to express some enthusiasm about the food options and point to some other examples of influencers or customers saying that the Big Arch is a great new addition. You could see that the social media post wasn't enough, and it will take more to do some of that damage control. And I think that that's one, he kind of in the article as well, he talks about like you should embrace it. If it's really bad, you should embrace it and have that. And I think the only way to like either embrace it is to go fully have him do it again, but unfortunately then like his body rips off and it's an alien. Yeah. And then he's gagged in the closet.
Absolutely.
And he's like, I freaking love that burger. Why didn't you do it? Said, I was and then
no,
like
it's the hamburger.
Like it's the hamburger who came in and you do something like that. Wait, where's my camera?
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Or it's a Burger King.
We're the Burger King
guy.
Dairy Queen is the Burger King and
Wendy's.
Dairy Queen are there, and their daughter Wendy, and they've all gagged him up.
Yeah, it's a girl with red hair and braids.
Fully, and it's not Wendy, but it's Wendy.
It's the Coca-Cola polar bear, like something.
No, it's all of them.
It's
all of them to keep the eyes off of the burger.
Yeah.
And so they had this alien, whatever else.
Unzip Burger King. Unzip Wendy's.
Burger King. Yes.
Something.
Unzip.
Alien at the end.
Christine Nome, who just got fired. Like, just all
Unzip
these like.
Pug.
It's just like, but that
Ends with
couldn't
an alien
really
that's
be
like-
him, right? And then it's like, no, that wasn't me. And then it's like a montage of all the other people that it could have been. Funny. Embrace it. Own it.
Call us.
But acting like you're beneath something that you're selling
Sorry, has
is a
that
problem.
lizard always been there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, the third idiot in the news, male, Shia LaBeouf. Now, he was arrested and for assault and battery.
He just can't get out of his own way, man.
He is invoking a very bizarre, antiquated, and offensive defense.
Offensive defense?
Known as the gay and trans panic defense, which is why he's on this podcast. And in an interview, he attempted to defend his use of homophobic slurs following his recent arrest for battery. The 39-year-old claimed that big gay people are scary to him. He said, when I'm standing by myself and 3 gay dudes are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. I'm sorry, if that's homophobic, then I'm that. He continued, I'm good with gay. Be gay over there, though. Don't be gay in my lap. So the backstory is that he was arrested for assault and battery. And he's claiming this gay panic defense, this very old school idea that like you just get so scared by being by a gay and a trans person that you panic, and so then you engage in violent tendencies.
Right.
And so Shia LaBeouf on a interview, despite having had handlers and an agent and I'm sure PR tell him, please, please, please don't go down this route, he decides to invoke the gay and trans panic defense. I just want to point something out. We as gays are not a monolith.
No.
But the scariest thing about us is how rude we can be behind each other's backs. Mm-hmm. That's really our threat.
No, not behind backs. Two faces.
Yeah, or two faces.
Face to face.
But this concept that we're something to be afraid of where you need to physically attack us.
No, I can't.
Is just, I feel like someone needs to do a reality check here.
Okay, riddle me this. Sorry, I'm going to say it. What men experience when they say that they are afraid of gay men is because they know how they act when they are preying on women. So what you're afraid of is man. Like when men are in scenarios where there's 3 men, 1 woman, and how they act towards that 1 woman, you are seeing yourself in that situation. Mm-hmm. So you're not just afraid of gay people. You're not afraid of a gay person. You're afraid of being treated how women are treated by men.
You're afraid of treating women how you could treat them too, because I'm not offended. Yes. I don't get scared by any of that because I don't treat them badly.
Exactly.
But Shia LaBeouf has a bad history.
You are putting yourself in a scenario where you go, I know how I would treat a woman in this scenario. I'm the woman in this scenario. So that's how I think that they are treating me, which is I objectify women when I'm around them. So these gay guys have to be attracted to me. So they are objectifying me and they're making me uncomfortable because that's what I do to other people.
Agreed.
And I do agree with you. If you're the type of person who does that, then you're the type of person who's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. If you've targeted someone before, you know how scary it can feel. And that's why you're afraid of it happening to you.
Yeah.
It's just, again, if I can underscore another kind of point is that, like, also, we're not trying to have sex with anybody who is a man. That's like saying all men are trying to have sex with any person, any woman, period. Like, that's not how it works. Mm-hmm. That's an insane proposition. We would be exhausted.
Still exists.
And
the problem is, though, every straight man believes they're a 10. And so they do think...
Who's the only? Who would you say is like but not like? Who would you say is the like? What's the standard for a 10? Just so that
Henry Cavill.
So like,
if you're not, if we're not going above 10 to 15,
no,
because Henry Cavill is a 15 out of 10.
No, there's no such thing. It's out of 10.
A perfect
it's 10
man
over 10.
Out of 10 is Henry Cavill, David Cornsweet, like Superman looks, and that's my type.
Yes, and like, to me, like a 10 is.
Also, Henry Cavill, if maybe
like
he's a 9.
Like even like Pedro Pascal's like an 8 to me. Gorgeous, but not like the most beautiful man where I'd be like, you are a 10 out of 10. Like,
to be fair, a 10 also, like, that's me assuming that Henry Cavill also has a dazzling personality and he would find me like perfect too.
No, he would.
And so
if he has
like,
eyes and ears.
To me, he's a 10 out of 10.
No, totally. But I'm just saying.
I agree.
Most men and like I know I'm barely over a 5. Like let's be real.
You're so handsome.
No, thank you, sweetie. But I'm just saying like comparatively amongst like the spectrum of hot, I'm not thinking like I'm a 10.
No,
I have self-awareness enough.
Like people are 10s on their best day.
No, agree.
On your wedding day, 10. Like, and that's the day that you should be a 10.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's a 10 for you, which is like a universal 7. Like, what I'm just saying is that most men have such an inflated sense of their desirability.
Are you Henry Cavill? Check yes or no.
Right.
If it goes down the no pipeline,
100%.
then you are not a 10.
And like, there's a lot of metrics we could put in there.
Yeah.
How many commas do you have in your bank account? 10. Like, let's be careful. If you've got 1. I would be very circumspect if it don't start with a 6.
Sorry, you're not a 10.
1000%.
If you
are
are
you wearing
5'11", you're not a 10.
No, if you're wearing a size 10 or smaller shoe,
Not a 10.
not a 10.
That's a small foot for a man. Like, I'm sorry.
And I'm just saying, I'm not faulting any of those
You know
people.
what's crazy? I am gonna.
But I'm just saying, I'm not faulting any of those people, but I am feeling like if those are the people that think that they're so desired that you need you need to use the gay and trans panic defense, like I feel like that should be a poll, and in order to get that, 100 randos not knowing who you are, just looking at you, needs to say that you were at least a 10. Like that should be the litmus test. That's how we should use these defenses.
Also, do you think it would be a good, like, subtle insult if a man is being annoying to be like, what size shoe do you wear?
Fully.
To be like,
And then
are
be
you
like,
a 10?
I mean, 11. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a 13. Really?
Yeah. Really?
Like in American sizes? Like that's
a good one.
In a Nike or in like a dress
in a
shoe?
Birkenstock?
Oh, like for slippers?
Oh, so
like
you size
fuzzy
up?
slippers. You size. Oh, so you size up? Are you hoping your feet can keep growing? That's such a really good. All
subtle
these men
insult.
need to get their
like
foot size
like,
checked. Let me
do
just
you
look up
wish
what is Shia LaBeouf's foot size.
Do you wish you were more athletic? That one is more like obviously being mean. Or like, do you wish you were taller? I think it's like, you could ask it in a way of like, do you wish you had bigger feet?
Yeah, it's an 11. Okay, the last kind of idiot men in the news also are in the White House this week, because turns out this is just so stupid. And I'm just so sick of the buffoonery that is this presidency. And I'm not trying to get too political, but why in the actual HE double hockey sticks? And I don't feel like invoking hockey sticks after heated rivalry because that stuff's sacred now. Yeah. So what in the HE double L are we doing? Having the White House be the home of the upcoming UFC fight, 250 Freedom Brawl in the summer of 2026.
I hadn't heard about this.
Freedom Card. The UFC has announced that on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, June 14th, Sunday,
Chase,
the historic UFC fight will be happening on the grounds of the White House.
That's not real. Like, show me the Onion article.
Honey,
That's on
TMZ Sports. And it's from a press release.
We've lost the plot.
From the full UFC White House card is finally here, and there are 6
You guys,
fighters.
we've lost the plot. Like, what is happening?
And then Bo Nickal, one of the fighters, I believe. Yes, one of the fighters writes, see you at the White House.
Oh my God. You know who should be performing at the White House? The ballet and the opera.
Yeah, but they can't because they got renamed. The Kennedy Center is being renamed to the Trump Center. They probably won't even allow ballet or opera there.
Also, one of the comedians, because we went to the Comedy Cellar in
New York.
He did a bit, and it's not the first time I've heard the bit, but he did a good job of it. He's like, Trump is the gayest man of them all. Like, he's like, oh, give me a bigger ballroom. And then he's like,
I want to be in charge of the arts. I want it to be named after me.
Like, I want to be in charge of the arts. Name it after me. Oh, no one's coming? Close it down.
So, totally.
And I was like, okay, you've done this bit well. Like, it was really funny.
Also, a little correction from 2 weeks ago. We did have a story that I don't know if you saw this news.
I did not.
The men's hockey team, there was the conversation we had about them being invited to the White House. And then remember, with then Trump saying, oh, the women are going to be there too. For the record, the women were there. They were invited. It wasn't that they weren't invited. And it was the joke that they, I guess it was a joke. It was a joke that's being made. But one of the, or two of the hockey players have come out now in the press saying like, no, we were all, that is just a portion of it. There was a whole bit that was being, that we were doing back and forth. That one portion of that got in there. Yeah. I don't think it makes Trump look better. I'm not interested in defending him. I'm saying I think our hockey players. No, and he also made the point too. Sorry to interrupt, but he made the point also to say.
I was interrupting you.
Well, that's why I was telling you what to say to me. So just kidding. I don't care.
No, you're
but someone had said that's the president of the United States inviting us to the White House. we were laughing in part because we didn't think it was serious. But if we did think it was serious, that's a very difficult position to put a 19, 20-year-old boy in when the president is making a joke. What do? You laugh at the joke. Like, I get that. I'm less critical of the men's hockey team. My feelings about Trump and the floor that is the bar he trips over and over again cannot be understated. But so I'm not defending him at all. I just am defending our men's hockey team.
I agree with you.
I felt badly about that.
Even when, I don't know if I was saying this to you or Traven, I was like, to be fair to them, in the video, you can't really see who is laughing and you can't really see their faces.
Right.
It's more filming the phone. And so I don't know who laughed. I don't know who made more comments. Mm-hmm. Here's what I think my biggest qualm is with it. We all have been in a situation where somebody makes a very uncomfortable comment and you laugh to diffuse the situation. What it is like disappointing for women is that you kind of have a constant fear that behind your back, men are being misogynistic. Like to your face, they might, present a certain way, but behind their back, they're not defending you. Like women fear men and say all men because they don't view men as their protectors. If you have people like that around you where you are questioning that. Now, I'm not around men that I feel like they're not protecting me when I'm not in the room, or if I'm in the room and a man isn't acting right to me. I think every man in my life would go, don't talk to her that way. Don't act that way towards her.
Yeah.
But I think many women are around men who are not doing that for them. And that was it was reinforcing the bias that women already have, which is that when they're not in the room, men are not talking nicely about them. Yeah. And so that, I think, is what spiraled the whole situation. I'm fine extending grace to them.
Yeah, me too.
In that, if a very powerful person made a very uncomfortable joke to me, would I have
and everyone in the room is laughing, right? Like
to be like, that was wrong.
Right.
And
I would like to think so,
the second
but
that hung up and Kash Patel walks out of the door, this is the head of the FBI. These are powerful people.
Right.
One of the guys didn't go, that was freaking wrong.
Right.
Like, we all shouldn't have laughed at that. That was messed up that you
and
said
I
that.
think it's also hard too. Again, I'm not trying to defend misogyny in any iteration. That's not what we're doing. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I also want to give credence to the fact that these are teens who can be idiots. It doesn't mean that we as parents don't remind our children, please don't be idiots. And that
Timothée
is the
Chalamet
last.
is 30 years old.
Agree.
What's his excuse?
Yeah. I'm not talking about Tim. I'm talking about our hockey players. Yeah, who don't have media training, don't have handlers, don't have. 20. And they don't have They don't have a publicist. They don't have anyone.
Nobody's cared about hockey for most of their lives. It's been the last few years that hockey is really popped off.
Agreed. Okay, the last kind of idiots. This is kind of a somber story, but I did want to share it just because I know that there are kids who listen. Did you hear about the Georgia prank? Okay, so in Georgia, 4 high school boys were pranking one of their teachers and were toilet papering his house. A big old toilet papering job. Teacher comes out of the house and is telling him to get off the property. They run him over with their car, and he dies. And
what?
Yeah. And so they've been charged with vehicular manslaughter.
As they should.
And it was another thing when I was just kind of, because the series of men being idiots in the news was really from Timothée Chalamet and Shia LaBeouf and the McDonald's guy. And then it just
there was just other men.
There's so many men
who really
then
were
as
trying
I Googled
to outdo
it,
each other.
This story came up, and I just thought, okay, because we do give advice generally, I'm just like, could all of us just collectively agree?
Yeah.
To 1, know where your kids are.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. And 2, can we please can we raise children to not be so dang reckless?
Yeah.
Can we figure out a way to just collectively do that? This
is something I've talked about with you. You're very good at harmless pranks.
Yeah.
Why not, instead of teaching them to vandalize, doorbell ditching with a treat, perchance?
Amen.
Tell them to go to Walmart and get a bunch of ho-hos and...
Don't do anything with ho-hos. I love ho-hos.
No, I mean, get some oatmeal cream cakes, doorbell ditch people if you want, and leave the box on their door.
Yeah. As like a treat. You're not doing anything to the oatmeal.
Like, you don't need to just doorbell ditch to doorbell ditch. Like,
Agreed.
why don't you fill somebody with joy? If you really want, like, I think doorbell ditching is harmless. I think toilet papering is wrong. I don't think you should egg somebody's house or car.
I don't think you
should
P-tip. I think that's a major problem.
Vandalize anybody's house. But if you are feeling the urge to do some prankies, call somebody and ask if their refrigerator is running.
Right.
Like,
Talk
you
to
don't
Jack
need to do something
Mehoff.
so serious. Or if you're doing something like, perchance let's add an edge of kindness.
Yeah.
Perchance, like, I saw this girl on TikTok who she is teaching her daughter life skills. She teaches her, like, oh, this is how you give compliments. And then they walk around the store and they each give compliments to people. And she's basically teaching her daughter, like, oh, it makes people happy. She taught her how to doorbell ditch. But she taught her with the lens of, like, oh, like, you leave something for them and then you run so they don't know who it's from.
Or did you see the
That's
video
a
of
good
the
skill.
kid? Did you see the kid who got caught doorbell ditching? And it's like Ring camera, and so he goes to doorbell ditch, and the woman opens the door. She goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, I'm really sorry. I was trying to doorbell ditch." And she goes, "I'm going to call your dad." And he goes, "You can, but he's right there." And she goes, "He came with you?" "Yeah, he said it's part of rite of passage for childhood." And then the dad goes, "What's going on?" And he goes, "I got caught." The dad goes, "Then run, you dum-dum." And so then the dad goes running and the son goes running. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
But can we just put a limit
Yeah.
on it? Can we just put a limit on being insane?
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to ask for. It's not asking for a lot,
It's
you
not
guys.
a lot.
I feel like the bar is super low, but we keep
No.
tripping on it. Men in the media. All right, that is our show. Anything else you want to go over, my love?
Yeah, do you think we could put Timothée Chalamet in the UFC ring?
If we could have him fight Shia LaBeouf. They're about the same weight class.
No, the thing is, I could just picture it. Like, sorry, you were a bad man in the news.
Like
you
just
have to
smacking.
be in the UFC
Wait,
fight on
that's
the
what we
White
should
House.
say. Our new segment should be we each pick someone to put into the fight ring.
At the UFC.
At a UFC fight
the
ring
White House.
at the White House, and you get to pick one, and I get to pick one
Except
from the
they
week.
both have to
It's
be
our
wearing
weekly
ballet
warrior.
tights.
It's our weekly warrior. No, those
Weekly
ones are
warrior, that's a good
those
one.
are our heroes who we're gonna fight. And you get to pick over you. So we'll have to remember that for next week. That'll be fun.
Shia LaBeouf is definitely mine because,
No. These are our good. Or are you saying you want to fight to the death?
yeah, I want Shia LaBeouf and Timothée Chalamet.
To fight to the death. Only one
Yeah.
can come out. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care who it is. I'm not going to either of their movies.
No.
All right, you guys can like and follow us on all social media platforms and on YouTube, Good Bad Advice Podcast, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. The balloon.